How does the Von Stryker Endeavor compare to the Boris and X3? That's another affordable speaker. I do believe they're $20,000 though, or 19 or 20, unless they've gone up. That's a tough one because that's a really, really tight market. $20,000 price point, loudspeaker price point is a really difficult market. You got a lot of great speakers at that price point that can deliver a lot of performance. I still believe the Boris and X3, because it's 13K, it's a difficult speaker to beat for the money. $13,000. I'm telling you right now, I don't have this information. Nobody has come to me and told me that this is going to happen. But if I'm a betting man, the Boris and X3s are probably going to be up to like 20K next year. Okay. Now, Von Stryker, I heard that particular model, and I thought it was a great speaker. If I am you, I have to get out there and listen to both. Here's the reason why: because the Borison is $7,000 cheaper. You need to get out there and listen to both and see if the Von Stryker model that's 20 really justifies its higher price point. You have to get out there. Now, if they're both 20K, I'm not going to say choose something blindfolded, right? I'm not going to say that, but it's an easier thing to do than to look at a speaker that's 13 and another one that's 20 and assume that the one that's 20K has to be better. I would never make that assumption. I would say that X3 Borison for the money, and I might hear it at Capital Audio Fest this coming weekend for 13K. I think Borison has hit one out of the park, has definitely hit a home run for $13,000. That's a lot of speaker for the money. If Borison is watching me right now, okay, Borison, if you're watching me, do not jack up the price of this Borison X3. I've been getting a lot of questions about it right now on my live streams. I've been getting a lot of those, and through emails and through my consultation. Speaking of my consultation service, if you need more advice like this, but more of a personal feeling, a one-on-one with me, so we can go through your entire system, do not look back. Go ahead and reach out to me. Contact me on my website, jaysaudiolab.com. Send me a message. Let's set up a consultation and let me help you. Okay. It will be about you, not about me. I'm going to hear what you have to say, what you like, the type of sound you're after, what are your dislikes, what brands you've heard that you like or don't like, what are you suffering with when it comes to audio. Okay. And I'm going to do my best to guide you. And I think I'm pretty good at that. Going back to Borison. Borison, do not jack up the prices of the Borison X3. Please. I know everything is going up, but I'm telling you, the X3 is making some noise. And part of it is the attractive price point of 13K. Do whatever it takes to maintain that price point in 2024. Do not jack up the price, okay? It's a hell of a speaker for 13K. I use Rune with a direct connection from the core server to my DAC. Sound is good, but I wonder if adding a streamer is really a good thing. Let me tell you something. What you're asking me is, should I buy a music server? A streamer, but it's really more a music server, what you're after, okay? A music server is, think of it as an render piece, or what I use, my Takeo Extreme Music Server. I'm a dealer for Takeo. I believe in what they do. Okay, to me, this is right now the best music server there is, the Takeo Extreme. This is why it's here. Okay, I'm telling you. The performance of your system will go significantly higher once you get a music server. Not even close. Not even close, remotely close. Okay, do not think for 1 second that if you connect your laptop, I've done it. If you connect a laptop, this laptop that I'm using right now for this live stream, a MacBook Pro M2, with a dongle that I use to go from the dongle with a USB cable into the back of my DAC, okay? Do that, or do a real music server into the back of the DAC. Let me tell you something, the difference is there. It's better. The music server will essentially clean all that nastiness that comes from our network, do the first pass internally, okay, and essentially create a pristine signal that goes straight into your DAC. Now your DAC receives a much cleaner signal, and it deals with it in a more efficient way, meaning you get more bass, you get a nicer sound stage. The biggest thing is things sound more organized when you have a music server. Yes, a lot more organized. One of the biggest things that I have here, one of the biggest pain points that I have, is the fact that most people don't understand that us as human beings, all of us, me included, we get used. We get used to anything bad because that's all we know. That's all we know. Meaning, right now, you have no clue, for instance, how much noise your system has. You have no idea right now because you got used to it. You have no idea how much bass you're lacking right now. You think you have good bass, but you have no idea because that's what you got used to. The only way you get to know what you've been missing is when you have something to compare it to right next to it, which is what I do here all the time, comparing things in here at the same time. That is the only way for you to understand what you have been missing this entire time. I'm telling you right now, I've done the experimentation of having a MacBook Pro out into my DAC and then having a music server out into my DAC. The difference is there. It's really significant. Okay. If I didn't have a music server, I would say I would be like, I would never spend this kind of money on a music server because my MacBook Pro sounds phenomenal with my DAC. And by the way, I did have that thought until I went back to my music server weeks after. Then I realized, yeah, it's not the same. It's just next level. Okay. So do not completely disregard the importance of a music server. It matters. In this case, I know you're asking me about a streamer. Okay. A streamer would be more like a Lumen back. Okay. That is not a music server. Okay. Because a music server typically has like storage internally. That's what a render has. You can put your music locally. You can, you have all kinds of like, you have a software that's built in that you utilize to essentially drive all your music and go from the music server with a USB cable or AES cable, whatever it is that you utilize, from there into the back of your DAC. Okay. So, yes, please look into a music server. They make a difference. Can I describe the effect of the Artisania dampers? Okay, the dampers would be those plates that are on top. You guys see those plates on top of my components? People want to know all the time, what are those plates? What are those plates? So the idea behind those plates basically is as follows. Number one is to demagnetize, get rid of the static that is usually built around components. When they're playing music, yes, they have a static around them. Okay, so that plate helps pull that out of the system. Okay, that damper pulls that out of the system. That's one function. Another function is depending on the weight that you buy, because there's even one that's like 8.5, 9 pounds, really tall and heavy. Okay, what that does is also push against the top lid, the top cover of a component. Usually, if you notice this, go to your systems right now, tap on it, tap on the top. You'll hear it rattle, right? Vibrate. What that does is eliminates that resonance too, that vibration on top of your component. Do I believe that you should go out there and invest in that? No. And I'm going to tell you why right now it wouldn't be a smart idea to invest in dampers. Look, I'm telling you to not buy dampers when I'm a dealer for Artisania audio stand. Yes, I'm a dealer telling you to not buy the dampers. Why am I telling you that? Because before you get there, make sure the rest of your system is solid. Make sure you've already gone through your dedicated outlets, through your power conditioning, if you're going to use a strum tank or not. Make sure you go through your room acoustics. Make sure you go through your cables, your footers, Go through all of that before you get to a damper. This is like the final tuning that you're doing. This is like the cherry on top. That's what that is. You wait until the rest of the cake is done before you put that cherry on top. That's what that is. Okay. It does make a difference, but it's not going to make a difference if your system is not solid from top to bottom. Okay. Remember, worry about the macros first. Macros go first, then micros. That would be micros. That's the last thing you worry about. All right.